Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brandon Motzkus, and today's FabriChat. Good morning.
Good morning. We're going to keep Little Miss back here with us for a moment, but...
Yay!
Yay! Yay! She's here. And then...
She won't last long. We're bored.
We're very boring.
Not enough to play with back here.
No. And so let's see. So this morning is FabriChat. So again, if you are new to our channel, every Wednesday morning at 8:30, we just have coffee with friends. We try to keep it to about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and we just kind of talk about all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it's an ongoing conversation, and every once in a while we talk about quilting, and we try to answer viewers' questions a lot, but we get distracted a whole bunch because, again, mostly it's just visiting with friends. So, we are a mother-daughter duo. We have a quilt shop in Central Washington State. We've been here for 24 years. We have a retreat center. We have a lot of YouTube videos, a great big humongous 5,000 square foot shop with over 10,000 bolts. And an online store at fabricpatch.net. I think that's about it. And this is little Miss Maisie May. Maisie is Brianna's third child, and she hangs out at the shop with us. All three of Brianna's children have spent their first year of life here at the shop, amidst all of the women and the mothering. And the other two have gotten bored with us and did not want to stay. So people bring that up all the time. It's like, oh, Maisie can't go to daycare. What happened with the other two is that they wanted to go. They really wanted to play with kids. They were sick of, you would think that constant mothering and people giving you all of this love and kissing your cheeks would be a good thing. And I would think that would be a good thing.
The other two said no.
No, they didn't like it. So we'll see. Our hope is Maisie will continue to want to be with us here, but we'll kind of see how it goes. She's only 10 months old, so I guess we have a little...
We got a while to
We'll kind of see what happens. But there was a child in the store... What day was that? Friday?
Maybe. I can't remember. My days blend together.
And she was kind of interested in the child, but not enough to, be that interested. So we'll see. And also, I think the other difference with Maisie is that she has a brother and a sister at home and cousins. Right. So she kind of gets her fill of kids, I think. And here she's very special. You're very special. Everybody stops what they're doing in a second. Anyway, so what we want to talk about this morning is we want to give you an update on the auction. So we have several things that we do throughout the year where we do fundraisers. And sometimes it's kind of an impromptu thing if something, serious comes up. But otherwise, there's certain things that we do each year. Mm-hmm. And our bra auction, this was our third year for this. And what we do is we raise money for... friends, sisters, mothers, cousins, neighbors, daughters that are going through breast cancer. Somebody had asked me if we would accept a man as a nomination, and of course we could. I think 8% of breast cancer victims are men, and so absolutely we would. We just haven't had a nomination for a man yet. But anyway, so what we do is we raise money. And then for anybody who's been nominated, we divide all of the money up, and we give 100% of the money that is raised to these people with no
administration fees, no anything.
Yeah, and
no expectations how they're going to spend it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're just going to get a check and spend it on whatever you want. If you happen to need a wig, if you need some support with prosthetic devices, if you are traveling due to therapy, you just need a spa day. It doesn't matter. We don't care what it's for. We're just going to send it and just say, hey, we're kind of thinking of you. So, and it was kind of funny because last year after the bra auction, we made all of these notes. It's like, oh, that's what we need to do to make it better next year. And then what happened this year was a couple of unique things. And so one thing that happened this year was that we had a massive amount of nominations. And we never turned anybody away. We haven't before. But last year, I think we had 16 women. This year, we had, I think it was like 54. And so, and that was fine. The other thing that happened was this year, I would say 80% said, please don't say her name. Please don't say my name. People wanted to be anonymous. We know exactly who they are. We have their address. We have all of their information, but they very private and they didn't want to be mentioned on YouTube. And so what happened was when we started the bra auction and we, I think it was about halfway through when we rattled off the names of, you know,
so-and-so
nominated by so-and-so. A lot of people thought that we had missed their name. And it was just, I was reading it kind of fast. I don't know that I kept getting mixed up on what line I was on. Sorry.
Can you grab a toy?
Yeah.
My Avalanche.
Oh, sorry.
Right, but I think rattling off those and then just saying, you know, Janice nominated, you know, Stephanie, and Stephanie nominated by, you know, Joanna or whatever. I think it doesn't make sense. Well, am I that, you know, right. Donna? Is she that Christy? So I think that was what confused a lot of people. And yeah, you rattled off 80-something names.
I did. And I also saw that there was one, I said Kathleen and I should have said Carolyn. And there was a couple things on that. But, you know, the other thing was that we were a little stressed about time. We knew that we had, 51 items?
We had a ton of donations, which was equally fantastic
so
for the amount
great.
of women we were raising for.
Yeah.
But that also limited us. We felt like we wanted to keep it under 2 hours because then people are going to have to go, you know, get to bed because they have to get to work. Whatever might be happening.
We knew that it was late on the East Coast and we didn't want people going, oh, well, this is fine, I'll catch the rest of it later. It's like, no, we wanted everybody to stay with us.
Yes.
And so we were going probably faster than we should have. But so I think that the big thing was that having the significant number of people that we wanted to help. And that's the other thing, you know, you divide all that money between 54 people, it's less obviously than if you were going to divide it between 25. And we wanted to get the most money possible on the items that were donated. But again, at some point you have to kind of cut it off. So we are going to do it a little bit different next year. Next year we're going to devote the page a little bit differently to it. We're going to let you see everything. We had every intention of showing you everything before we bid on it, but part of it was if you were watching, we lost our sound. And so then we knew we really couldn't be moving and panning across where we had everything. So that's why that kind of went out the window.
And if you've been with us before, we did a silent auction with a different company, but they took so many, they took almost 20% of administration fees. Yeah. And so we felt like we didn't want to do the silent auction.
It was 20%.
It was 20%. And we felt like that wasn't fair. You know, for you guys to be bidding on this great cause, then to lose part of it just because they just, you know, wanted something to transfer funds, didn't seem quite fair for anybody. Yeah. So that's why we didn't do the silent auction like we had in the past. Just due to that, we feel like every penny we raise should go to our cause. We pay
shipping, we pay all of that stuff, and we're happy to donate all of that. But to give it to some other third party company, we were trying to not do that. But we have some plans to make it better for next year. A lot of you guys have been emailing. We don't take it as criticism at all. We appreciate you mentioning things to us, and if there are other options and other ways that we can do it. Because one other little thing is that, and if you don't know what we're talking about, our live auction is still available on YouTube. It's 2 hours. It was pretty fun, and it was last Friday night.
I'll also link it below in the description.
We've had over 4,000 people view it afterwards, and we had quite a few. We had like 2,000 people at one point.
Yeah, it was great.
That were attending, which was really, really nice. We'll tell you the numbers in a minute. But what was I going to say about that? The other thing was that so I was on this side of the camera, Brianna and Barbara were on the other side, and they were on the computer as the host. And we did, and then we had everybody else running with names to be able to get names and put names on things and know what was happening. And so there was a lot of administrative-y kind of things. The entire staff was here. But apparently on your guys' end, you guys saw, Mary Ann's beat, Marjorie's bid or whatever. And I don't know why that was different. We had to go, and that was why I didn't know what was happening on the other side of the camera, but I could hear Barbara kept saying, it's just what we're seeing. It's just what we're seeing. And Brianna and Barbara were both at that computer watching. And what you guys were seeing was apparently different. We even had people send us screenshots and say, see, I did get that. It's like, So we feel like we know how we're going to do that next year. And we're going to have a couple people on the same, thing as you guys. Because it's weird that the host would be the slowest of
it was weird.
Comments. But...
And we had it selected to live chat. When we went live, I, of course, had it where there was no delay. So the moment we said something, you heard it. Not like when you watch, Super Bowl and it's delayed for a minute and a half in case there's, a nipple slip. So we didn't have any.
Which would be really bad.
So we didn't have any of that. So I didn't set the delay on. I didn't turn on monetization, so no one should have been cut for a commercial. And we had it, so we saw the live chat, not just the top chat. So all of those things that people do you have this set? Do you have this? Yeah, we had it all set the right way, but yeah, it was crazy.
Also, next year we'll have a secret weapon because Anna will be here next year. Anna is our new employee that has not yet started, but she works at the moment for, I always get it wrong, it's Como. It's either Como or King. And if you're watching, I apologize. I think it's Como. Anyway, she is retiring from, I think she's worked there for like 30 years, and she does video editing and stuff. And she and her husband are moving over to Soap Lake, which we're super excited about, and she's going to be helping us. And so next year we will have a little bit of a secret weapon who will know other things. And again, if there's something that you know of a better way, shoot
us an email at info@. Tomorrow morning, midday, we're going to have a whole staff meeting about the bra auction, how we can make it better for next year, what ideas. We already have an idea on how we're going to do nominations and donations. It'll actually be a form that you'll fill out and resubmit. So we're actually going to charge for nominees. So for $1, you can nominate your friend Susie, put in all the blanks, and the reason why that $1, of course, will go towards the funds to divide to everybody. Right. But the reason why is it gives us that second check. So instead of me combing over my emails, Mom doing hers, Tracy's doing hers, I can just go onto our website, look at the 50 purchases of $1 and
attached to that SKU.
And then look in that note and say, oh yeah, Allie nominated Rebecca from who, and here's her little thing. And we'll have all that information and not have to, look. It took us a long time just to get everybody and make sure we have everybody. And then those emails we got that said, oh my gosh, I didn't hear my name, got us all worried, like, oh my gosh, did we really miss somebody?
Everything's spread out. But sometimes, I'm not kidding. I meant to bring back my little basket to show you. Some of them were a little sticky note that was attached to, here's my donation, and this is my friend's name, and here's her address.
The card.
Some of them were cards that were mailed separately, emails that came through, all kinds of ways that people were nominated. And so then it was difficult to say, well, what is the final number? Well, I don't know. Let's verify that if you think I have her down as Susan, you have her down as Susie. Is it the same person or not? And so it was kind of difficult. So for it to be put in our computer and in our system, we have to have a monetary value to it to give it a SKU. So that's why we're just going to charge $1. Yeah. And then that way we can say we have 42, or we'll know
just
exactly.
Like if you are on a waiting list for our retreats, you pay a penny because the only way for us to keep track is it has to have value. Yeah. So, but I think that'll be really good. And that's, again, bookkeeping, make our life easier, and hopefully make the nominating, you making sure that you are 100% certain my nominee was sent. Or 100% sure you have all the information filled out for your donation that you can just plop right in that box and ship it on out. And so all of those things I think will help us better for bookkeeping, keep you better for knowing exactly what the donation is, who donated it, and then also put in, the information. Says, hey, please share my information because I'd love to do quilting for other people, or whatever
Right.
that might be. Because there's a lot of
Because that was the other.
You good?
She's stuck. Because that was the other funny thing is we had a lot of people said, please don't read this. Please don't tell them who I am. Please don't. And so that's the other thing too, is that's why sometimes I kept getting a little mixed up as to, who I should share their name and who I shouldn't. And sometimes all we had was something was mailed and on the outside of the box it said auction and there was no note inside at all. So I had cut off the little return slip so we can send the thank you card and we know who sent it, but we don't know anything else. So anyway, I think that the bookkeeping for us, we need to be a little less casual. I love that we're not very, that we're very casual. I love that. But I think we don't want you guys to not feel important. We want your recipients to feel absolutely loved and important, and we want you donors to feel loved and important and to know how grateful we are, because the amount of money that we raised was because of your guys' support. It was because of you guys helping us, and all of the burden for creating was not just on the staff. It is nice that every single staff member provided at least one thing, which is super, super nice. But oh my gosh.
Still, that's only 6 of us.
I know.
All of you guys. So, yeah, it's all very special. But yeah, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Because our numbers
are pretty
Why
fantastic.
Are you pulling on his hair? Why are you pulling on his hair?
She's being nice.
I know.
Oh, knock on
She
something
was.
wood. Don't have any.
I know. I have paper.
Oh, she gets it.
So the amount that we raised on the auction, if you guys went back and added it up, or if you were keeping track, you already know. But the amount on the auction was $12,140. Ow. And for the donate button, because then, we left that donate button on until 9 a.m. Monday morning. And so if you weren't able to... And a lot of you guys bid and you bought a ton of stuff and you donated anyway, which was fantastic. Hey, I was planning on spending $1,500 and I only spent, this much, so I'm giving you more. So that was fantastic and super, super nice. So the amount on the donate button was $4,715.
Awesome.
For a total of, what is that? $16,855.
That's awesome.
Yay!
That is fantastic.
And so each one of our recipients will receive just over $300. And then we're actually putting together, it's quite a little package. Well, not a huge package, but we have some stuff that we're sending them. And we're already working on that for next year. For next year, we are going to limit it to 50. We've already decided that. We're going to limit it to 50. And the other thing is we're going to start putting together a little box. And so we're going to put in a mug rug, a coffee cup, some special ginger tea, just kind of a fun gift box that will include, we are doing handwritten cards for them, handmade cards made by Janet. And so we're doing all of that. So anyway, we'll get that all together for next year. We're just going to plan ahead because it was super fun. And we just need to do better. I mean, it was fun. It was so much fun. And the other thing that we're going to do is there was a bunch of us that were bidding for other people and wearing bras and stuff. So stay tuned for that because that is going to happen. Tracy is coming over. Brianna's coming over. We have a retreat that starts next week. I already have the bras, some of them. I need to take the rest of them out there. And we will do a little thing for you guys.
We'll do a group
photo.
photo.
Think that many of them... I don't know if they're going to be, we'll do a big old group photo and we'll do a fashion show. And I don't know if some of them are going to be resubmitted to be re-auctioned for next year. I'm not sure. Stay tuned for that. I don't know how that will go. So anyway, so that's the update on the auction. And again, we just want to thank you guys so much for your participation on so many levels.
Awesome.
Sending things, nominating the recipients, hanging out with us, bidding, and all of the comments that it was so much fun. And I'm really glad for that. I think it was really, really fun. Fun for us too. Should we take her out there and then we'll talk? Or is she going to hang in there for the last couple minutes?
I think she's hanging there.
They don't know what we're saying.
No.
It's okay. Here, you want my notes? I'll give you this one.
Piece of paper. Ooh, so much love in here.
Her favorite thing to eat is Cheerios. Now, it's no strange thing that Lizzie's favorite thing to eat is Cheerios. So
Lizzie's not a fan of the baby. If you were wondering, she gets snacks. She gets these really cool toys. Sam and I had to chase her down this morning.
I'm taking it. It sounds like
She's got some
has a little
moves.
crinkle toy.
Got a squeaker?
I'm taking it.
She wanted it.
Yeah. And
Real
then
bad.
the baby goes over and pulls her hair, which she doesn't care about that.
What? Was that a secret that you pull a dog hair?
But now she has started pulling her whiskers.
Don't tell them that.
I'm sorry. You're giving me the look. I wish you guys could see her look.
She got some hair today, though.
Should we find you something to play with? So a couple little updates. So we're going to update on CK. Those of you guys who know CK, we call her Peaches. Carolyn, she's been an employee here for 16 years, and she is having back surgery. She was scheduled to have the back surgery Monday the 23rd, and strangest thing ever, the hospital did not have internet.
So the
internet went down. Have to have internet in the operating room. And so they canceled it. So all of the prep, all of everything, at the moment, it is scheduled for Friday. So we'll keep you updated on that. You guys have been sending cards and packages, and Presley sent a great big huge box. Bless her, and Emma's little heart. Super, super nice. And so we're taking over another stack of stuff to her. Tonight we're going to take over some food and take some stuff for her. She won't be needing. She's still undergoing. I mean, to go through all of that prep before surgery,
to
and
have
to do it again.
I'll do it all over again.
Yeah.
But Mike still has to eat.
Mike still needs to eat.
He needs his meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes guy. He's an easy guy to cook for. So anyway, so we'll keep you updated on CK. And gosh, if you send a little card, that is awesome. And then your other option is if you want to, on your notes, you guys were sending little notes, and we cut those off for her, made a little copy for her. So we are giving her those notes also. So she really appreciates it. She had sent a message and said, please tell everybody how much she really appreciates that. And so anyway, let's see, what other update? And she's this is not a Cheerio. Not a Cheerio.
Not food.
It isn't. It's a card, though. So let's see. The other thing that I'm just going to mention for just 1 second, locally.
I know, I'm so excited. We have a new restaurant.
So now what you need to know about Ephrata is that we have one kind of like deli area restaurant. We have a couple of bars that serve like bar food, and we have 7 Mexican restaurants. 7. That's the extent of what you can eat if you go out to eat in Ephrata. Now, Soap Lake, we have a couple other options. We have an Italian restaurant, and we have a really cool kind of farm-to-table, really cool bakery place. But Ephrata, not so much. Anyway, so we have just opened on Monday the 23rd a Thai restaurant.
Thai restaurant.
And then the funny thing about that, do you know what happened on Monday?
Oh, no.
They ran out of food.
Oh, I believe that. 110%. Because Mom was like, oh my gosh, we should go. And I said, well, you can't go on opening night. 2 things. One time, sometimes their service isn't fantastic because they're overwhelmed. Sometimes the food isn't up to par because they're overwhelmed. And you never know what's just going to happen because there's so many people. So it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they ran out of food.
I wish they would do like an opening.
A soft opening?
Or a soft opening that's more like hors d'oeuvres, appetizers, and like
and
wine.
get acquainted.
Come meet us. Come meet the wait staff. And just do like kind of family
Combo
style.
box.
Yeah. And just come in. You can even do it like buffet style and have all of the servers serving, the wonton or the whatever. And then you pay, a buffet price for your little styrofoam. Take what you want, say hello, say whatever, and on your way you go. I mean, I don't know. I would
Because
think
people
that would be
are
easier.
it was like breaking the internet here that we were going to get a Thai
It was so exciting.
restaurant. So we're going to go tonight.
You're going to go tonight?
Yeah. Dad does not know this yet, but
He's
we're
taking
going
you
to
to dinner.
Yeah, we're going tonight.
Date night.
We're going to go.
Well, I'm excited for you because I cannot wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I think
it was the saddest thing when Mom Williams closed.
Yeah.
It was super good, a super great family. Been here forever. And then they closed and it was turned into a Mexican restaurant. And so we're super excited that our Thai restaurant is here.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
As is the entire rest of the town, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Dad owes me Thai food because last night, so funny thing. So this is one of those things that you can't tell anybody. But I'm going to tell my friends about this. So what you have to know about Pa is that he is a very picky eater. He is a meat and potatoes kind of guy. We like red pepper flake in almost everything. So it's not like he doesn't like spice or anything. But and I've been cooking for him for 40 years, right? 40 years.
Enough for him to know better.
Yeah, so there's certain things. And I know you want this.
I might go take her out there real fast.
Okay.
Okay. Maze, you say goodbye. Say see you at box opening. Maisie's gonna go bye-byes.
Bye.
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 All right. Mom and I'll be right back. Okay, so she is sitting with Tracy in her baby boss chair eating some scrambled eggs. And it's over there. She'll throw scrambled eggs to Lizzie. Just, hey, look what I got.
Yeah, it really is kind of fun because Lizzie, it used to be that people would come in the shop and people, oh, you have a dog. Oh, she's so cute. This is your PR person. And, she'd give you a little hug. She has that really sweet golden personality, you know, when she'll lean against you a little bit. And now people come in and they squeal about the baby. And she walks over like, don't you mean me?
But what about me?
Yeah.
So she sometimes will pout. Sometimes she'll break the rule and go sit on the grass just outside the front door.
Yeah, because
and
no one
pout
knows
like,
her.
I ain't got time for you guys.
Yeah.
She's not supposed to be outside any of the doors, but she'll give Mom a look like no one loves me.
No one loves me.
Just sit out here.
She doesn't get snacks anymore unless the baby throws them to her. She doesn't have the really cool toys, and no one is excited to see her. So it's super sad. But anyways, she loves the baby anyway, and I'm sure she's eating all of the baby's food.
Yeah.
So anyway, so let's see, what were we saying? So
Pa owing you dinner.
Oh yeah,
He's
Pa
a
owed me
picky
dinner.
eater.
Oh yeah. Okay, so here's the thing with Pa. And we've talked about the way that he eats before, but he's very, very, very picky because his mom, we've described Betty as this Leave It to Beaver kind of mom. I mean, I'm not kidding. Always had on the pearls and always had warm baked cookies when the kids got home from school. I mean, she was like this perfect mother, and I was not raised like that. But so it was hard for me to like get in the groove of that. And she taught me how to cook. She taught me how to make real mashed potatoes. And so there's all of these things that would never ever happen. So I have never made mashed potatoes out of a box. I mean, I've tried a couple times and I'm instantly found out because it's just not okay. I cannot make macaroni and cheese out of a box.
Oh,
I cannot
They taste different though.
It does
Powdered
taste
cheese
different.
doesn't have the same Velveeta taste, even though it's still cheese processed food feed.
And we don't do the baked. I think there's the whole thing about the stove mac and cheese or the baked mac and cheese. We do stove mac and cheese out here, Pacific Northwest. It's a little different from the way that you guys make it. But anyway, all of those things, no boxed anything. Even muffins, cake mixes, cookies, everything made from scratch. All the time. I don't know how he knows, but he knows. I have to say, too, that I can tell I don't know that I can taste the preservatives, but it is funny that you can tell, a homemade cookie versus a not homemade cookie. But anyway, so knowing all of that about, and I cook dinner for him every night. Sometimes I plan out so that whatever's left over is going to be something else the next night. But, it's very important that he take this meal for lunch, that he can show the other guys who are eating a microwavable burrito or whatever, no, he has his
No
they call
corn
him
dogs here.
the OG meal, the old guy, the OG meal. So anyway, and it's a thing. I think it's some sort of a status thing, but anyway, so
Yeah, because he's offended. I don't know. When was it that you left and I didn't? Where were you? Was that New Orleans when you were going to FOF?
Maybe.
Conference or whatever? Because Dad was super worried.
What he was going to eat.
What he was going to eat. And
what am I going to take for my lunch?
And Dad and I were talking. He's like, what am I going to do? I mean, I can't just take a burrito or a frozen pizza to work. And
no.
I said, well, just make something. Or go to Aiken's. Go from the deli. They don't have to know that Mom really didn't pan fry that chicken for you.
Yeah, right.
I said, or I've got leftovers. We were having whatever. And he's like, oh, well, bring me some of that.
Bring me some of that. I need some lunch.
Sorry, fine.
Yeah, he doesn't even care as much about his dinner. He will make himself
lunch.
like a scrambled egg for
lunch
dinner
status.
as long as he has you know, a meatloaf sandwich.
And an egg sandwich, just, you know, a fried egg on toast, does not count as OG lunch.
No, ham and cheese no.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's just not how it's going to be. He eats better at lunch because it's a status thing. It's hilarious.
I'm sure he has people who come over, what are you having lunch today? He could have his own YouTube channel for his pud guys.
I'm sure that's what it is, yeah. Because sometimes when they'll meet me, it's like, oh,
She's the one, huh?
Whatever. But anyway, so knowing this, right? So we all have the picture of this man that I've been married to for 40 years. Okay, so he goes to the dollar store, the Dollar General, about like twice a week to get his candy fix. He likes the boxed candy. He likes Good and Plenty. He likes the Nibs, what's that stuff? Licorice. He likes Milk Duds. And Dots are kind of the main ones that he'll get. And he goes there because Dollar General has... And every once in a while, I've noticed over the past month, 2 months, he'll come home sometimes with something else. It's like, look what I found. And it might be like little juices for the kids, or it might be, you know, I found Tums there and they're chewable or whatever. And I think, why are you wandering around this store?
Why'd you go down?
Why are you shopping? Don't go shopping. You know, don't be doing that.
Stay in your lane.
I know. Don't be doing that. And then he brought home, he bought milk there and he bought some bread there. And so he's like, right, coming home with groceries. And it's like, don't be messing me up.
Whoa.
Now I have 2 cartons of milk. I didn't need milk.
My fridge ain't big enough for 2.
Now what am I going to make that I have to use up some milk? Because, so it's this whole weird thing that he's started, which I don't know if he thinks he's being helpful. Anyway, so guess what he came home with on Monday night?
Did he bring one of those put water in a Vietnamese, like, cup of noodles?
Worse.
Ooh.
I can't even believe that he brought it home. So I asked him, I said, I don't even understand this. He brought home Hamburger Helper.
Oh, no! Did you make it for him? You should have made it.
I did make it. I did.
When I was a child, like, okay, we didn't always make it. There was every once in a while, that's what I could make for everybody. Because Mom was going to be late. It was, you know, Thursday. It was $5 quilt night. So I could make Hamburger Helper for the rest of the family. I remember it tasting really good as I was a kid. Maybe it's because I made it and I was very proud of myself. And by golly, it was going to be fantastic because I made it. I don't know. But after having kids and, you know, having Top Ramen, those things, like, Top Ramen does not taste as good as it used to be. It's definitely, you know, on a budget, and this is all I can afford to eat tonight. And Hamburger Helper, I feel the same way. It doesn't have the same kick as it used to back in, you know, in the 2000s.
It was like TV dinners.
Yeah.
TV dinners used to be so great, and I was like, what is this?
Don't cook your brownie and your meat at the same time.
No, there's peas in it. So bad.
Oh, that's
Where's
hilarious. I can't believe we got Robert hates Hamburger Helper.
I know, so he brings it home, and he goes, I got some good stuff tonight. So he pulls it out, and he sits it on the counter, and I just look at it, and I said,
what is that?
What is that? And he said, well, it's Hamburger Helper. You've seen this before. And he goes, and then he says it like this. He says, do you think you could make it? Do I think
Watch me follow it.
Oh, I didn't really mean it like that.
I'll do by the book and not add anything good to it.
Let me see if I can read these directions. And so then I was already making something else. And so then
Stop that.
So then the next night he says, well, you didn't make Hamburger Helper. I said, were you serious? You want me to make that? I mean, I don't know why you even bought it. I just thought maybe the next time I was gone, you were going to try to, you know, crack open a box. And he goes, no, I kind of think it looked really good. And I thought, man, who are you?
Let's do this.
Oh, fantastic. So last night, that's what I thought.
Buy the book, Mom. Don't add any red pepper flakes to that.
That's right. So I, you know, browned my meat. And I look at this. So here's the other thing. It was like $2. And I remember thinking that Hamburger Helper was like cheap food.
Okay, well, I mean, it used to be. I mean, the food got really expensive even the last, like, year or so. Food got really expensive. I mean, you can't even get your Imperial margarine. You used to be able to get for 98 cents. It's $1.47 now.
Wow.
For 4
cubes of margarine.
Mm-hmm. So,
well,
I mean, it probably used
butter,
to be. It probably used to be 98 cents.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, all that's in it is macaroni and a seasoning packet. So even to think that it's $2, I could buy macaroni for a box of macaroni
for 98 cents.
Yeah. So, and the seasoning packet, I got that in my cupboard. Mm-hmm. So the whole thing, I'm not so sure that it's a good deal anyway. I think that it's a whole lot better. Let me just teach you how to make this. But anyway, because then I had to add my own milk and my own water.
And pop your tablespoon of butter.
No, it didn't call for that. It was funny. It was just the hamburger and then the sauce packet, the noodles, the water, and the milk that you had all at the same time. Bring it to boiling, and you let it simmer for like 15 minutes. And I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, oh, man, I got to do something.
You
That's what I'm
can't.
thinking.
No.
No.
You get this and a dollop of cottage cheese.
That's what you get. That's right. Some toast. So that's what I thought. I thought, nope. No, I'm not going to. Because I could make, goulash. I could make something like this, and it would be way better. And so, anyway, so I made just the way that it was. And
here's your
he
pepper
was kind of excited. And he's, and so I,
Plop.
plop.
I would have loved to be a fly on that wall.
Yeah, and so he takes his first bite and,
I bet.
he says that, did you make it the way that it says on the box? And I said, do not offend me.
I did not make it the way your mama would have made it. That's for sure.
I made it the way they told me to make it. I didn't make it the way I would have made it.
You asked
but
me to
I
make
wouldn't
that.
have bought that box with all those chemicals. I don't even know what's in there. Oh, well, it's good. Yeah, it's good. And so,
Taking that to lunch tomorrow, are ya? I didn't, did he?
he did not. He did not take it. And there was enough. This was just a pound of hamburger and the one box.
It's a lot, though.
So it's my little serving. I felt like I had to eat it, And then there's his serving, and it made enough for like 2 lunches. So I, put it in there. No,
freeze it. When I'm gone one day, you're gonna pull this out. Like,
we had some pork leftovers.
Lizzie got some dinner.
Yeah. So anyway, he didn't take it. So I thought, that'll teach you. And then
hilarious.
I thought, so what I'm going to do is, so tonight he's taking me out. He doesn't know this yet, but he'll be fine with it.
He owes you one.
Yes, we're going to go have to cleanse our palate with some Thai food, and then I thought later this week I'm going to make him hamburger helper.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you
Homemade
want, you want seasoned hamburger goulash. I mean, that's what we used to always call it. I don't know. I mean, I never ever have cooked like that, really.
Right.
And so, but. Anyway, so that was
so
what
funny.
I know, super funny. And then that's the
It
last
must have
thing I
been
said to him.
nostalgic for him from when I used to cook for him. And it probably was.
It probably was.
He probably had to suck it up because he had to be proud of me for making him dinner. So I'm sure it was nostalgic, thinking, I remember this.
We used to make this, and it was so good.
Oh.
It was that love for you that made it
Taste
good.
better.
Yeah, because I'm sure when he's walking through the store, seeing it, going, oh,
I remember that box.
I know. So then the last thing that I told him, don't you tell anybody that I made you hamburger helper.
Right?
So you guys don't tell anybody. It's a secret that Cindy cooked hamburger helper.
Because he wanted it.
I would never buy hamburger helper. Because that's the other funny thing is I think that I would never, I don't know, I suppose it did make it easier. It would be nice for an 8-year-old to make that because I think that, and that was, what.
Follow the directions, stuff all in.
You could totally do it. It would work great. But I think, you wouldn't really be fooling anybody.
Right. Because now I can totally make that myself.
Right.
Figure it out.
With way better seasoning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tastes way better.
Real cheese. And, it was cheeseburger flavor.
What is that?
I don't know.
What is that flavor?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure that's not beef
They
bouillon.
said that what I could do for options is I could put some chopped pickles in. No. So anyway, yeah, kind of funny. So anyway, poor guy. He, I'm sure that's what it was.
So do you ask him what he wants for dinner every night?
Oh, I ask him what I'll do. Usually I kind of know because I'll have it kind of planned up of what I'm doing. Yeah. And so I might ask him, like on Saturday, what do you want for it? Because Sunday dinner is generally something that will kind of set the tone for what it's going to be. If I make a great big roast and then we're going to have, French dip sandwiches and we're going to have different things or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'll ask him or he'll say to me, oh, I've really been hungry for something. Mm-hmm. But otherwise I kind of know. And sometimes when I don't, usually I'll even call him and say, what were you thinking? Something that you were hungry for? And then he'll say, what are my options? And I'll say, well, okay. I have thought out, hamburger. So your options would be these things. And he'll pick one. So he's a very kept man.
I was just wondering if he had,
yeah.
I don't know. Robert and I, every once in a while, go through the little back and forth of I ask him what he wants for dinner. He doesn't care. So I make him something that I want. No, the kids will eat. Oh, I didn't want that.
Then you should have said.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was going through a little tit for tat that he decided, this is what I want for dinner.
Yeah. No, I think he just thought it looked really good.
Just
and
the
he
whole
was
nostalgia
excited.
around it.
That's what it was. It truly was, that you used to make it. And I think he mistook that love and pride that his 8-year-old daughter made this for. It tasted really good. Mm-hmm. No, it did not.
No. I mean, he had to fake it, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. How he was misremembered what it actually tasted like.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. So anyway, all right.
Love it.
All right. I guess that's it. And then this, if you guys don't know what this is, we have been...
That was a bra auction donation and a win. Lori purchased it with the highest bid and donated it back to us to hang in the shop. So this one was back from 2005. The quilt shop actually put it together, and it was in a Relay for Life raffle when we did it here in town. And so it was made it all the way back home to get re-raffled off, and it's going to hang for
third time. We're going to have it hanging in the shop, and then we're going to do... some advertisements for our thing, but it is really, really special. I can't believe you guys kept it a secret from me for so long, but it's really special because over half of the people that made blocks for this are no longer here. Mm-hmm. And this particular one I know was Jan Shaw's, and Jan Shaw is the, I live in her house right now.
Yeah.
So she was the one who owned the property where we started the retreat center. So, anyway,
very special.
Really, really a special quilt.
Very special.
And so thank you, Patty Guggen, for donating it, and thank you, Lori, for purchasing it and allowing us to keep it in here. So we really appreciate that. So anyway. All right, you guys. We will see you tonight. Tonight for box opening. 5 o'clock.
See you at 5. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.